4 little miracles. But will they survive? Born 11 weeks premature, their lungs are hardly developed. They're wide open to infection. The chances of them all making it aren't good.
A Bristol couple have given birth to the city's first quads for half a century. 28-year-old Maria Aversa gave birth to the 4 identical girls at Southmead Hospital after just 29 weeks.
Was it at her birth weight that she was less than 2 pounds, or is she now? We're on in just a couple of minutes. Claudia, Giorgia, Chiara and Fabrizia. And I'll introduce them. Come and talk with you. Good morning, Fiona. The chances of winning something on the lottery are considerably greater than having identical quad girls as these are. 1.3 million to 1 against the chance, but look at these little miracles. This one is Giorgia. Let me introduce you to her. She's a statistical miracle, and she comes in as the heavyweight. She was a whacking 2 pounds 11 ounces at birth. Over here is her sister Claudia, in another incubator along here is little Chiara, and behind us over here is Fabrizia. Now let me introduce you to the very proud and very shocked and stunned parents, Maria and Giovanni. Aversa, good morning. When did you first know that you were having 4 little girls?
Before Christmas. First I was told it was twins, then triplets, and then the last visit before Christmas it was quads.
But of course what's so amazing, these are natural, you didn't have any fertility treatment.
No, nothing at all.
Giovanni, what about your hopes and thoughts for the future?
We try our best for make a very happy family.
And you already have 2 other little daughters. How are they coping with their 4 arrivals of the sisters now?
They just come in and then they're little dollies, and they like to touch them. And
you're going to have a lot of fun fitting them all in at home. Lovely to meet you, and thank you for appearing this morning. And to the little girls, good luck with everything in the future. And from here at Special Care Baby Unit, it's back to you in the studio.
never in my whole life I would have imagined having 4 children all in one go. It's the most frightening thing in your life, I think. When I was having the babies, I just thought, please, God, let them all survive and let them all be good and fine. And I pray for them. I just say a little prayer to Jesus and pray that they're all right. And he gave me them, so he should look after them. The doctor, he always reminds me that they are sick babies and they're in intensive care.
You can't help looking at a newborn baby and smiling. They are charming, sweet, lovely little things, but they're also at death's door. The only way to bring it home to them how desperate these babies can be is when you suggest that getting baptised, and that somehow or other brings home to them the child might actually die. Because, let's face it, quite a lot of these very tiny babies do die.
It's going to be hard for me to actually leave 4 babies here in the hospital and going home. It takes a lot to get used to the size of them and seeing them with all those tubes and everything. It still feels like they're inside me. I mean, when you've got one child, you take it home and you're happy and you've got a family again. But when they're all in the special care, it's hard.
Bye-bye. Before we convinced was 1. And after was 4, I said, oh, 4.
Do you feel lucky?
I think God gave me this gift, and it's a gift from God, I think.
I always think 4 baby coming, 4 baby coming. And after 1 week, I think different. I think, oh, maybe 2 boy, maybe 4 boy, maybe 2 girl, maybe 3 boy, 1 girl. So all combination.
The contractions started, and it was by the time the midwife took me up to the actual delivery room, I was 7 centimeters dilated, and I was going into labour. So they rushed me into the theatre. They rushed me into the theatre, and I had to have an epidural, But I was awake during the actual pregnancy, but I couldn't really see anything because the screen was up too high. But Giovanni looked over and he had a look, and he actually seen the doctor taking the babies out, and it was nice. It was very nice.
Maria Aversa was born and brought up in Bristol, but her Italian roots are deep.
This is small pizza. The little is 4 more grandchildren.
Her parents, Giuseppe and Carmela, were delighted with the arrival of their first grandchildren, Rosa and Carmen. The birth of Quads has brought them joy.
This God descended this, so we have to take. And I hope they grown up very quick. We got plenty working for them, mamma mia.
We're very proud, you know, and we wait for them to come out, you know, to be able to pick them up, because, you know, we haven't been able to touch them yet, you know, and I don't know. I can say, you know, we're so excited, you know.
Because once you touch them in your arm, you know, it's more beautiful. You know, when they open their eyes and look at you, and you feel more happy, you know. Vino della mamma mia, eccolo qua.
Buon appetito.
Giovanni was born in Sorrento, and I was born here in Bristol.
Auguri e buona Pasqua.
Happy Easter.
Well, I met Giovanni while I was on holiday. We got married in February 91, on St. Valentine's Day, over in Sorrento. Holiday romance. And it ended up to be a forever romance, I think. With 6 children. It's not going to go far, is it?
Buona Pasqua.
Salute.
I just wanted to hold them, but I couldn't. By touching them is not the same as holding. It just feels like they belong to someone else. Then you're just looking through a window, looking at someone else's baby. They let me see the special care before I had the children. So I'd already seen smaller babies than mine in the incubators, and it was less frightening to see my own in here. You know, at least I knew what it was going to be like, and not thrown straight into it. You know. It's such a worrying thought. You know, you hope to God, pray to God that they're all going to make it. And luckily, you know, so far so good.
Maria's very tolerant of us doing things to our babies as well.
I just don't look.
You find it difficult to look at?
No, I can't look. I don't think I could. You know, when you see all these tubes and everything going in. No, not really.
This is a long squeeze because that line that I just took out was in her artery. Don't cry now.
The Quads will be home in a few weeks, if all goes well. Maria's already planning how she'll squeeze 6 children into a 3-bedroom semi.
We've got 3 bedrooms in the house, and the larger room where Rosa and Carmen used to sleep will become the Quads room and my bedroom. The smaller room will become Rosa and Carmen's bedroom. We'll have to buy bunk beds to put them in there, so because it's too small otherwise. Giovanni will still be sleeping in his room, in our room, because he has to work. I think it's going to be very hard when the babies come home. I eventually will manage, but it'll take me a long time. But I am petrified when they're coming home. I think that's the hardest the hardest point for me. Is not being able to imagine 4 babies screaming at me when they want to be fed and changed. And, you know, what baby needs, I don't think I can ever imagine it. Italian families are very different. It works all in a different way. The wife is for the family and the husband is to go out and earn the money. But I think he'll have to help me, so he will help me.
I like my job. I started when I was 8 years old. I like the wood, any kind of wood, the fiber of the wood, I like it. You know, I'm crazy for piece wood. I work the traditional veneer for the cabinet maker, furniture maker. Very strange sensation, you know, you don't know what you gotta think, you know, why they come in for, why me? You ask yourself, you feel half a shock, you know, you think it's not true or it's a dream, and after you wake up you think, oh, I got another 4 child, so, you know.
Okay. It's all right, I'm sorry.
The babies have survived a month. They're strong enough to come out of the incubators for a few minutes. It's the first week Maria's been able to hold them.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. She'll calm down in a minute.
Nice, beautiful. I love holding them. Hey, come on, open your eyes. It's incredible. The more I hold them, the more I feel they're mine. She's asleep today. Open your eyes. You can feel them heavier now. They do feel a nice weight, yeah.
Yes.
Right, we'll take everything off and have her naked in the flesh. Naked, there you go.
She looks so
Big.
so big compared to the other one.
She is the biggest, isn't
Look
she?
at all that skin.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
It's been a very hard month, I think, worrying about them. One day they're really good, or a couple of days they're on the up, and then all of a sudden they just go down, and it frightens you.
Oh, there she is. 1.770.
It looks so nice to see her.
There you are.
Giorgia.
Hey.
It's incredible. Oh, she's hungry.
Okay, I'll put it back in now.
I do find that bringing the milk and changing them, feeding them, that makes a nice bit of contact for me. I enjoy that. I enjoy it when they tell me if I want to feed them or change them.
She's so long.
How long do you think she is?
Oh, quite long. I can measure her if you want.
With the struggle.
That's it. I'll just put
And all I see is the doctor and the midwives and the nurses. They all do everything for them. And the machines are helping them breathe. And it's just, I do feel very helpless.
fingers or hands, please.
Does it have to be on tight, this one?
For contact, not not too tight, but just good contact.
It's too difficult to explain how you feel.
Put the,
I just feel empty without them.
Hat back on, okay, and then we can change the bed. But obviously, right,
I just can't wait until they come home, really. I just want them to be out of the special care. I just want them to come home.
It isn't going to be easy. It's going to be a full-time job for her, and quite frankly, I don't envy her one little bit. I think it's going to be hard work. And maybe one saving grace is that with 4 of them having got into an established routine here in hospital, hopefully she'll be able to maintain that routine when she gets them home. You know, with the best will in the world, it's still going to be hard work for them. But I think Maria's one of life's copers and she'll just get on with it. I mean, you must have heard her comment before that, oh, well, we'll be fine, we'll manage. And I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll just take it in their stride and get along with bringing up their 6 little girls.
It's a different atmosphere when you go at night. You can actually see them, that they're more relaxed, the children. The babies and quads just look more peaceful. Giovanni goes to visit the children. When he finishes work, he comes home, eats, relaxes for a couple of hours, and then he goes to visit the children and brings them the milk that I express during the day, and he'll bring it up for the night time. He enjoys going there at night because he gets to stay with them longer than, and he's in peace and quiet because the other 2 are in bed.
Maria and Giovanni hope their routine of hospital visiting will soon be over. Their one desire is to become a complete family. But the quads aren't out of danger yet. Their lungs are much more damaged than first thought.
Buonanotte, Giorgia. Buonanotte, Claudia. Buonanotte, Fabrizia. Buonanotte, Chiara.
They've got a condition of chronic lung disease which is due to being born so early that the lungs were inadequately developed. But we had to put them on breathing machines with pressure and oxygen to keep them alive, and that has actually damaged their lungs. And they'll go home when they're feeding 3-hourly, and we've got the prongs out of their noses. They're breathing it on their own all the time. So they've a long time to go.
It just feels as if you're going to see someone's baby and then you come home again and they're not mine. It just feels like that. It's difficult to explain. It does. It feels like you go to visit someone who's got children and then you come home.
5 months old, and the quads can't leave the special care baby unit. It may be safe, but their long stay away from a loving family is damaging their development.
They need more stimulation, and unfortunately the way things are, there's not enough staff to actually give them the stimulation they need. I've got Chiara and Fabrizia this evening, but as well I've got other babies to look after, so they kind of get fed and then put back down to sleep while I go off and do the other babies. And they need this sort of adult interaction from their parents and from us, but unfortunately it's quite hard to give.
Two weeks later, and the quads are off oxygen support. They must put on weight before they can go home.
Okay. 4.170. No change at all. Should we take you back out and let your sister have a go? Yeah? Shall we? Right. Chiara's turn. Sweetheart.
The hospital are reluctant to discharge them, even though it may be as damaging to keep them in as it would be dangerous to send them home.
Chiara. 4.19. That isn't going to be enough to get them home.
But Maria and Giovanni are desperate to get their children out of hospital.
Hello. Hello.
They've come to see Dr. Hugh Thomas, who has to make the difficult decision between safety and stimulation.
Right. You messing with your bottle as well, like your two little sisters?
Oh, yeah.
The other pair have not put any real weight on this time. We've been checking their oxygen. It's not that they're short of oxygen, which, as I said before when we talked, hold them back. They're still on quite a lot of drugs for their lungs, but they're less than they have been on. The real thing that's troubling me still is their weight.
Yeah.
All they've done is take less feed. What I suggest that we do is let you take them home as they are. We'll see how they go. If they really won't gain weight, then we'll have to have them back in and put them on tube.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, enjoy them all at home, and hopefully they all stay there with you. Hey! You see, I can... Yeah.
She said she was going to babysit for you.
Oh, where is she?
While you went to visit the others.
I don't know she lives. I just can't wait until they're home now. So I can be a real mum to them, not a visitor. Claudia. Today I felt really, I don't know whether I wanted to cry or be happy. I just felt really, I just wanted them home, and that was it. I was really excited. That was the nicest part. I don't really think of it as being scary. I just think that it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard, and it's just going to be like starting over again. But once they're in a routine, I think I'll be fine. It was just like part of my day every day, going to the hospital, phoning them up. It was just like a job, going to see them every day. Because I've gone through the winter into the summer to the hospital, so it's been a long, long time.
What was the best part of today for you?
When the doctor said I could take them home, and it just felt like they were mine now, and they weren't in the hospitals. Yeah, as soon as I cut that bracelet off, they were mine.
So was your first night better than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah,
Or worse?
yeah, no, I thought it was brilliant. They only woke up the once. And then I couldn't get back to sleep. They fell asleep and I couldn't get back to sleep. I think I was too excited having them home, really. So it was nice. It was excellent. Really nice having them home. I need to give them a lot of drugs. I mean, The iron, they have 1 mil each, and that's Rosa, aspetta, mo te lo do, mam. Rosa. So that's not too bad. Folic acid, they have a 0.1 mil daily. Yeah, after. And then they have chlorthorazide. Really, it's all to do because of their lungs. So and they have to carry this card around with them when I take them out, because they're a patient on steroids.
In the night, I wake up when I hear crying the baby, so I feel very, not very, I don't want to very work in the shop because I feel tired, but, for the moment, I'm all right. I survive. My work is okay, but I need some help from Maria, but she can't help anymore, so I gotta do everything myself. Giorgia non piange,
No.
è grande.
Up here, is that all right?
Yeah.
It's so natural for me to see babies with earrings in, because in Italy it's, they almost do it the day after.
I'm just worried she's gonna move.
No, I'll hold her, don't worry, she won't move.
Alright.
Yeah. Non toccare l'orecchio. A lot of people say, oh, you can't have their ears pierced, they're too young. But it's just natural. No, perché io sono una bambina. Yeah, she's fine, don't worry, just carry on. I'll hold her. Hey! No. Oh, abbraccia solo.
Ammazza.
A month at home, and the demands of looking after 4 babies are beginning to take their toll.
And I wake up about 7, half 6, 7. By the time 9 o'clock, I'm tired already, so... It is very stressful, I think, to go through that every morning. Sometimes I think, well, I can't even go out into the garden. If I'm on my own, it's impossible because I won't be able to hear them or if they're crying or anything. Sì, mamma. Come on, Carmen, mangia. Carmen, mangia. Hurry up. I mean, some days I do get very agitated and, annoyed with the children. I just explode because everything seems to get on top of me. Ma lascio sta tutte disgraziate cose, vieni mood. Hurry up, Rosa, just put it on the bed. Agit l'oranti in la vedere, perché lo faccio tu? Vieni qua che te la faccio. Arushka, mettiti qua. Come on. Vieni tu. Come on. Non ti muovi, devo bidè.
Sí. At least social services recognises the enormity of the task facing Maria. A home help comes in twice a day.
Mood, mamma deve essere, vieni qua. Come here and I'll help you. Hurry up. Vieni qua, vieni sta male. Vieni qua. Porta tutto cose. Come on. Hurry up.
And for the first 8 weeks I'm in here to help Maria. I was very nervous when I first started here, but now I'm sort of into routine with Maria, sort of with her and every morning and evenings. This comes quite natural now, actually. Up you go. You liked that, didn't you?
Yes, all right. Good
I know Sue's here to help me, but I do find it unfair to leave her on her own because I wouldn't like to be left on my own with the babies. I mean, sometimes I do wake up and I'm tired, you know. I have to get breakfast ready for the children, their medicines. I have to get Giovanni's lunch ready, so... Dai, mamma. Allora ci vai tu? Sì. Ci vai tu? Allora chiamici di.
Ok, se have una piaga, qual è la differenza?
I don't think Maria will be able to cope on her own at all. She is Martha, she's into a routine. But needs help. I mean, I love babies anyway, but I know at the end of the day I can go home and sort of switch off. I'm not going to leave them behind.
Se vai fuori a giocare?
Maria, she can't.
Cold, tu porti un braccio, dai.
It is very difficult having 4 babies because whereas before, if I needed to go anything, I'd just get Rosa and Carmen into the car and we could go out. But now, it's impossible. At the moment, all it feels like, I just go out to the ash bin and put the nappies in the bin. That's my day out for me at the moment.
Right, Giovanni, this is the vehicle I mentioned to you earlier on. It comes in a 9-seat form, which this one is, or 8-seat.
We go quads.
Quads?
Yeah, we go 4 daughters in one go, you know, so I go 6 daughters.
Yeah, it's a very unusual request.
Yeah.
Your first one I've ever come across with that many children, for that ages, all at once. It's very unusual. Do you want to just come into the front and I'll show you what the driving position is like?
Oh, nice. Now the problem is the car, because you need 8 seats.
You got the support on your
Small one, 9 seats. It's nice inside. I like the green one.
This Cayman blue?
Yeah, Cayman blue.
Sometimes I do get embarrassed, you know, when I see all these people just staring at me. They're just amazed to see 4 babies together. People say to me, oh, aren't they cute? And then I'll rather you than me. That's what I normally get. Everyone to their own.
Hello, sweetheart. They're gorgeous.
Sorry?
Are they tiring?
Yeah, they're due for their next feed.
Lovely. Lines for no.
Oh,
It's 6 girls.
6 yeah, with these 2.
What are their names?
This is Fabrizia, Claudia, Giorgia, and Chiara. That's right, yeah. Fabrizia, Claudia, Chiara, and Giorgia. Yeah, they were early there. 11 weeks early. Hey, 6 girls. You could tell them apart. With Fabrizia and Giorgia, they're very angry babies. Claudia and Chiara, they're very quiet and they want to catch your attention. Every day they're getting older, so they seem to do more things. They're beginning to move their eyes, they follow, you look at them and smile, they'll smile back. This is the nice part. This is beginning to be nice.
After 2 months at home, it seems Maria and Giovanni have achieved a comfortable routine. But winter is approaching, and the quads are about to face the most serious challenge to their lives. The Quad's first Christmas, and they're spending it back in hospital. Winter coughs and colds have proved too much for their weak lungs.
It's horrible. The house is so empty. Come on, Pete. At the moment, it just feels like any ordinary month, any ordinary day. It just feels like I never had them. I met this woman, she said to me, I've never seen your children. I think it's a figment of your imagination. I feel very alone without them. It doesn't feel like Christmas, like I said. It doesn't. I'd like it to be, but I think there's too much going on in my mind about the children in the hospital. I'm just not with it. Not with it at all this year.
Merry Christmas! Oh, Merry Christmas!
They have a lot of toys in here, and this one, Claudia likes this one. Claudia was in, I took her home, and by Friday she came back in again. Her coughing was really bad. Then Fabrizia came in on the Saturday. Then Chiara was the Sunday night, and Giorgia was on the Monday. So one by one. Didn't you? All frightened the life out of me. I think if I ever started crying, I wouldn't stop. Hey, nice and clean. There she is.
You've got nothing festive on, have you?
Fabrizia. Hello. Hey, Fabi. 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 Hello. People say to me, oh, enjoying your rest? It's no rest, because I still have to do the same things that I do when they're home, plus I have to go and visit them in hospital. And I find it difficult because there's not enough time in the day. You're going to be okay now, aren't you? Fabrizia. Fabi. Fabrizia. Fabrizia, hey, come on, look at me. Bambola, hey, Bambolina. Oh, gonna get better soon, aren't you? Happy?
You don't know if tomorrow you lose your daughter or no, because Claudia was very terrible sick. We don't know. The doctor don't know what happened for the first 3 weeks, so it was a very terrible moment.
We found it hard even to talk to one another. It got to the stage we just sat by the bed and looked at her. And we'd go down and have a coffee, and it just felt like that wasn't happening. But as soon as we'd walk back into the room, we knew it was there. It wasn't nice at all.
Having got that sick, more would not have made it, I think, than would, given that she had the underlying problems with her lungs already.
I think I have to keep on going, because otherwise everything will stop. I don't think someone else can come along and pick it up and say, well, do this and do that. It's me. I'm the strength, really, to keep everything going. It's taken a lot out of me having these children.
Let's have a little look at you today. She did extremely well, I think, to pull through.
3 months later, and Claudia is off the danger list. But like her sisters, she's still in hospital and clearly lagging behind babies of her age.
Who's that over there, then? One of the problems that Claudia's had since she's come back is her strength. What one would hope would be that a babe of a year would be able to sit up unaided. Just there, you see, she's still struggling rather like a much younger baby might, just to even keep her head steady despite quite a lot of support there, but she... Where are you going? I am concerned that there are things that she's slow in catching up on. I think it's too early yet to say that she's going to get away altogether scot-free, intellectually or motor-wise.
Nice big smile again, looking at the camera.
Sometimes it feels never ending, you know, in and out of hospital all the time. But what can you do? When we had them home, it was nice. The couple of months we had them home, it was nice.
We love for them to be home, but they've been here more than we had them home, isn't it? I know. Don't like it, but can change it, can you? What can we do?
I think sometimes it's my fault that they catch these colds and things, but that's how I feel. But hopefully this year will be much better.
The quads have changed from quiet babies into lively infants. They're putting on weight and their lungs are growing stronger. Chiara has become the leader of the group. Claudia is fully recovered from her ordeal. But there are new problems emerging. Fabrizia is struggling to crawl and stand up. And Giorgia is only just able to sit unaided. She shows little interest in exploring the world around her.
Preterm infants are very prone to having a degree of brain damage either arising before or after birth. Unless the damage is extremely severe, it's very difficult to predict in an individual child precisely the difficulties that child will have as he or she gets older. One of the most difficult things that parents have to live with in this situation, that is the uncertainty, because there is no means of arriving at an accurate idea of exactly what the future holds.
She just wouldn't move. She just used to lie there and she'd play, but she wouldn't turn over or make any attempt to crawl or pick things up. It's not as worrying as I thought it would be. I try not to worry because I know things will be put right.
What Kim and the other therapists involved are trying to do is to find the activities which a child can perform which they will benefit from most.
Good girl. Good girl. When she's then in the sitting position, she's got it on the table, so the toy's supported. She can then explore the rest of the toy and play with it, you know,
as a normal child.
As a child would do.
You know, I mean, I do try and play with them as much as I still have loads of other things to do, and I know I should spend more time with these two, because these two I can leave. But with Giorgia, most of the time she either spends on the floor or in the baby walker. She'd just lie there and she just gets hit on the head with toys and things.
You see, I mean, now really she's been quite passive. She's letting the other two dominate her.
Right.
She needs really to sort of just be a bit more forceful and
sometimes she does fight back. If she's got a toy that they want, she'll fight back and hold on to it. But she always loses because she hasn't got that strength to move away.
Giorgia, when you can, I know it's really difficult, but when you can, you know, if you've got Giorgia and Fabrizia, just to give them a few minutes so that they can explore toys on their own if possible.
Hey!
Giorgia is making progress, and Maria gives her as much time as possible given the demands of 5 other children. At last, they can begin life as a complete family.
Fabrizia! Levati. Scendi là. Okej, Rosa, vieni da sta mamma, dai. Come on. Okay? What's that?
Che tu, papà?
Incredible. The first time we've been out all together. It's very nice. It's strange having them all in one car with my husband. It's a funny feeling that we're all going out together. I mean, because Giovanni works a lot through the week, and he never has many days off. Well, he doesn't have a day off. It's not as if we go out much. Fabi!
Aroe, non mi hai scordato Aroe a posto.
Ah, sta a posto.
Qua sotto.
Sì, fai o giro roundabout, invece di venire a Caia, girare là, e là sta a posto. Claudia, no. It just seems so normal to me to have had the babies. It was supposed to happen, and it has, and I've just coped with it. The nice things we've had their birthday, which was nice, and, you know, watching them taking their first steps, them beginning to crawl, and their teeth, and those normal things, they're nice. I think it'd be more fun when they're bigger. Look at them. Having to bring all the 6 bikes, all their toys. Hey?
The 6 daughter. Yeah, the time for me go very fast. Yeah. But I remember all the time Claudia, when she nearly died. I remember every day anyway. Every day. And I see now dangerous for everywhere. I see all the time dangerous, yeah. But I think we are very strong parents.
I mean, we've had our ups and downs, I suppose every marriage does, but we have to do it because they're our children. I mean, you can't get rid of them because you just can't cope with them, but sometimes we have our disagreements on things. I mean, we're still together, so it must be working.
The work you have to do, you know, every day, wash and dry, cooking, shopping. Maria, she is special, I think. Yeah, I think so. I like to have one boy, but just one. Because, you know, you can be lucky one time, you know, it's dangerous, very dangerous.
I've never said no, that I wouldn't have another child, but if I knew it was going to be a boy, I would have another baby.
Yeah.
And make it 7. They have said to us that we could have another multiple birth. It could be twins, triplets, or quads again, but you never know. I don't know what I would do if I knew I was going to have quads again. It was so frightening where they were so small and so ill. We've gone through so much with them. I've just had to cope with it and carry on. It just makes you think how lucky we are to have them all alive. You can't see the future and, you know, what's going to happen because it can always change.